of grace and glory, we praise you for the gift of life, the gift of love, the gift of learning. On this day of celebration, we give you thanks for teachers who inspire, for friends who encourage, and for the nurturing love of family. Bless these graduates, guide them in their decisions, strengthen them in adversity, empower them to use their gifts and talents to serve you in all they do. Send your Spirit upon us all and fill us with your love, that the whole world may know your generosity, your goodness, your grace. In your holy name we pray. Amen. I invite you to be seated.
Good evening, everyone. It is my privilege as president of Texas Lutheran University to welcome you to the commencement ceremonies for the class of 2018. Tonight we celebrate the hard work and perseverance that have culminated in your admission to candidacy for a baccalaureate or master's degree. Graduates, you should be proud that you've overcome numerous obstacles and earn a degree from Texas Lutheran University. But now is also a time for some humility, because you surely did not get here entirely on your own. Each of you owes a debt of gratitude to a professor, a coach, a staff person who mentored and encouraged you and challenged you to do more than you thought you were capable of. This is their night as well. Let's acknowledge and thank the faculty and staff of TLU. And certainly the foundation of your success was family members that accepted many sacrifices so that you could attend and graduate from a prestigious private university. Commencement is one of the best family celebrations, and we welcome all the parents, grandparents, siblings, aunts, uncles, and cousins. Graduates, give your families a great ovation. And of course, no one would be here tonight were it not for the generation that came before us, the faculty and students whose hard work built this university and carried it through lean times, the alumni and friends who have donated generously to build this campus and fund scholarships that made it possible for you to attend. All those resources ultimately are the responsibility of our Board of Regents, whose leadership, vision, and faith has guided TLU through to 122 commencements. Representing the Board of Regents tonight are David Sather, Bob Oliver, and Chair of the Board of Regents, Louis Westerman. Let's thank our alumni and all our alumni who are here this evening, and thank the Board of Regents. We also want to acknowledge the hard and good work of our ground staff who've made this campus look its best for your commencement. And they deliver that effort every day. Let's show our appreciation to the TLU facilities and grounds crew. It's my honor tonight to welcome back one of our own to deliver the commencement address. Dr. Julie Kutak sat where you are this evening not so many years ago, graduating from TLU with a BS in molecular biology and a minor in theology. Well, actually, she wasn't exactly where you are. 2001 was the last year TLU commencement was held at Matador Stadium, but that's another story. Dr. Kutek went on to earn her MA in Religious Studies from Rice University and a PhD in Medical Humanities from the University of Texas Medical Branch. She then joined the Alzheimer's Association in Southeast Texas as the Professional Education and Research Specialist. In her professional work, Dr. Kutek serves as the content expert for the chapter. She draws from her TLU liberal arts education and choir performance experience to prepare and deliver engaging, evidence-based education programs to healthcare providers across Texas. Dr. Kutak also engages with scientists studying Alzheimer's disease in the Texas Medical Center in Southeast Texas, facilitating connections between their work and the community. Dr. Kutak has presented her research at the Alzheimer's Association International Conference, the American Society for Bioethics and Humanities National Conference, and the Conference on Medicine and Religion, among others. Her writings have been published in numerous professional journals. Now, we were just a bit wary about inviting Julie to speak this evening. Not that she isn't superbly qualified to speak about her experience at TLU and making it into an interesting career. No, it was just that the last time Julie was at Commencement was the last time it rained. A real cloudburst, I am told, which narrowly missed driving the ceremony to Memorial Gym. No doubt she will share some recollections of that evening. But we are pleased to welcome Dr. Julie Kutak to a cloudless evening on our own campus. Welcome back, Julie.
Hello, friends. Hello, family. And hello, TLU class of 2018. Like Dr. Dorsey said, my name is Dr. Julie Kutak, and like you, I am an extremely, very exceptionally proud Bulldog. And in just a few minutes, like me, you will be an alumnus of our stately College of the Plain. Congratulations. I'd like to begin by thanking the TLU Board of Directors, President Dorsey, the Alumni Board, and the many faculty members who have taught, challenged, inspired, and shaped me. As time marches on, and it surely will, I hope that each of you will look back on your time at TLU the way that I do, with fondness, nostalgia, an occasional eye roll with an embarrassed memory, and mostly gratitude. I would also like to thank the parents, families, and friends of the graduates sitting before you, and I know you just did it, but graduates, actually take a look around. Take a minute and take a look around and give them another round of applause. So here's the deal. I still feel like I'm one of you, even though I am increasingly aware that I am transitioning into my middle age. And there's a hefty dose of imposter syndrome that goes along with having just enough education to know that you don't have all the answers. But you've been given a platform. So please know that everything I say is offered with humility and an understanding that as soon-to-be graduates and the families who raised them, y'all could trade places with me. But if you do, I get to keep the floppy hat, okay? I get to keep the floppy hat because I love it. So as I walk around campus, it's obvious that some things have changed. TLU has grown in beautiful ways. As a science nerd and a choir geek, I spent a lot of my time inducing bacterial evolution under the watchful eyes of Dr. Jonas in the Moody Labs and making music in the chic choir room, the Ayers Recital Hall. One time I even got kicked out of choir rehearsal because I smelled too much like the organic chemistry lab. And by smell, I mean I stank. The incredible AT&T Science Facility and the gorgeous, gorgeous new Weston Performing Arts Center blow my mind. So now in addition to new state-of-the-art facilities, you'll have all new roofs for late-night stargazing, like I may or may not have done on the rooftop of Jackson. I also graduated in Seguin after a big storm, and so we couldn't ruin the football field, so we all graduated barefooted. So it's really nice to be back and to make my family proud by finally wearing shoes at a TLU graduation. So yes, with new buildings, the campus looks different, but I think there are just things about TLU that are timeless, like seeing the charming fireflies that just don't seem to exist at the Gulf of Mexico, or dancing at spring fling, or crunching the leaves while you're taking a midnight stroll with a bae, taking naps on the chapel lawn, and benefiting from a true community of faith and learning with professors who are entirely dedicated to helping you succeed. So since I've walked across TLU's stage, I've walked across a few other stages. I felt the anxiety of being held out into a new world post-graduation, struggling to find a community that is as nourishing as the one here. I've lost all my worldly possessions in a Gulf Coast hurricane, and I've lost loved ones, including my precious father, James, who was president of Kappa Kappa Psi and a music ed graduate from the TLC class of '74. Personally and professionally, I've been a moral witness to the suffering of those with Alzheimer's and their caregivers, and have been the recipient of radical, extravagant grace from those same people and many, many others, including many interlocutors who have talked to me through their writings. I have had the very good fortune to read a lot of writers at the University of Texas Medical Branch's Institute for the Medical Humanities. There, at that oldest medical school west of the Mississippi, the school that stops for no storm, I was taught the writings of people who 700 years ago grappled with the same questions of how to make one's way through a perilous world. I was taught to return to those masterpieces, read them closely, and let their experiences instruct us as we confront the challenges of our own time. So I'd like to introduce you to one of my favorites. So let's time travel back to the Italian Renaissance, where in 1486, Giovanni Pico della Mirandola, less than 25 years old, stood in front of a group of esteemed scholars in his native Italy and expounded upon the potential of humans. Greater than animals but less than gods, humans are in the enviable position of being an intermediary in the cosmos. Man, Pico said, is the most fortunate of living things, and that even the angels bound to their heavens and their beatific choirs are envious. He was less than 25. The greatest of our gifts is our free will and ability to think, says Pico. And as a human, you're endowed with the rational choice to fashion yourself in the form you may prefer. Indeed, you can make poor choices, but through contemplation, focused on the perfection of the mind and will, Pico imagines that we can become like the divine. At TLU, you have worked to fashion yourself into the form you may prefer. In your careers, in your classes rather, you have learned important skills that you'll leverage into your careers. But at its best, the faculty, staff, and friends of Texas Lutheran have not just taught you what to do in a technical sense. More than just tools, you have had the opportunity to live and grow within a community that has modeled for you just what kind of person you could be. So what kind of person are you becoming? This is a question that we must ask ourselves across the entire lifespan, because we are always in process. And as you take your place now within the wider civic, this question takes on a renewed and heightened importance. The kind of person you will be will inform your decisions and the way you work in the world. And the time is going to come, graduates, perhaps sooner than later, that you'll be faced with decisions about the life you'll create. Some things are going to be in your control, and let me tell you, some things are not. So consider the virtues that best define you and guide your actions. And to paraphrase another wise professor, Albus Dumbledore, there will be a time when you must choose between what is right and what is easy. In these moments, as well as before and after, you must do the hard work of articulating the characteristics that define you and make you the individual that you are. I can't tell you what kind of person you'll be becoming, but know that whether you consider this question or not, you're gonna keep on developing. So get used to it. If I have to do it, so do you. And you can do it in more and less helpful ways. My deepest desire for you, graduates, is that you will consciously, reflectively, and mindfully work towards becoming more human, more vulnerable, and more compassionate towards the suffering of others. It is painful and scary to think about, but our lives are fragile, contingent, and full of ambiguity. And as you amass years on this earth, you will experience what Shakespeare calls the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, and what the Italian Renaissance poet Petrarch, who literally lost dozens of friends in the Black Plague, personified as the cruel and fickle Fortuna. You can try and control your world, but weather, illness, and tragedy cannot be controlled. I couldn't have known when I spoke to my father at 3:30 in the afternoon that he'd be gone by 6 that evening. As much as I thought I was ready for a Gulf Coast hurricane, I couldn't have prepared for the trauma months later of watching scores of 100-year-old Galveston trees be mowed down because the fetid water of Hurricane Ike had killed them. So yes, as vulnerable humans, we will suffer, and we will encounter others who suffer. And opening yourself up to another person's suffering is hard, and the temptation to protect yourself by ignoring it is incredibly seductive. You can ignore others in a lot of different ways, but the easiest and most damaging way is to simply put on blinders and live in the fantasy that your life has little consequence to others. In medical school, there's a dark phenomenon that happens to some students in their 3rd year of medical education. They experience a decline in empathy towards their patients and a regression in moral reasoning. This isn't because they're inherently immoral. In fact, students are often drawn to the helping professions out of an abundance of pathos towards their fellow humans. But the day in and day out grind of confronting vulnerability calcifies them. And you don't have to be a healthcare provider to experience this phenomenon. Life can be magical, but y'all, it also is tedious and can be monotonous and can be boring. So resist the ways that the world is going to try and harden you. In a world where the profane can take deep hold, there are things you can do to stay connected to the mysterious beauty and joy within the experience of being human. Okay, are y'all ready? I'm going to give you 4 of them, 4 things. Number 1, don't retreat to your corners. Stay involved, stay engaged. You don't have to fix the whole world. That is a recipe for disaster and becoming paralyzed in the face of overwhelming challenges. But don't avoid all the fights and retreat to the solipsistic existence. Find the place where you can speak truth to power and make an intervention. For me, that's been in the realm of Alzheimer's care. For you, it may be caring for refugees, raising good children to be good citizens, or building a stronger local community. As my pastor Deb Grant says, wake up to the great miracle. God knows everything about you and loves you all the same. So now, what can I do for you? Number 2, work to make others feel like they're humans worthy of recognition. Make the conscious decision to see another person and never diminish them to the other. Instead, make the active choice, as theologian John Swinton teaches, to say, it is good that you exist. It is good that you are in the world. At the Alzheimer's Association, this type of moral recognition becomes a political act, too. It's easy to dismiss folks with dementia as being shells of their former selves, or gone. To recognize them and afford them the dignity and worth that they deserve as humans is bordering on radical. To flip the narrative of loss by demonstrating what remains in spite of vulnerability becomes an act of moral defiance. Number 3, be generous. And I'm not just talking about being generous with your money. Please be philanthropic. I myself was a broke grad student for 10 years, and so I am always on the hunt for a new patron. Anybody? No. I'm talking about generosity as a moral stance towards others. The generous person moves beyond what's required and becomes hospitable, welcomes the other as a guest into a moral space with a sense of constancy that replaces the fear of isolation. Like a sanctuary or a safe haven, you invite the other to feel repose and be responsive to their needs. Provide this sense of home to others, and the same way that on its best days, Texas Lutheran has provided that space to you. Number 4, in this ethic of care, remember that this compassion extends to yourself. As the Buddha says, you yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. So stay connected to the art and the extracurriculars that nourish you. In the workaday world, it's gonna get hard to feel like you have the time for these activities. So sing in the symphony chorus, in your church choirs, or in the dang shower. Play sports, dance, go to the free concert or festival, go to the museum. Let art move you and then reflect on why you're moved. Read a book outside of your chosen field. Take time to reflect on the virtuous life with your best friends while sitting out on a patio drinking some good Texas beer. In short, use your time to get beyond the idle chatter of life's garbage and actively strive to make meaning in mindful ways. So in closing, I'd like to sing a little bit of a song that captures my wishes for you. With a shout out to the music department, and as a singer for 4 years in the TLU concert choir, music has often expressed more for me than words could alone. Okay, are y'all ready? We're gonna do this call and response style. First of all, you have to clap with me. Okay, I'm gonna sing it, and then y'all are gonna sing it. We're gonna do a verse, and we're gonna sing it again, okay? We are love. We are one. We are how we treat each other when the day is done. We are peace. We are war. We are how we treat each other and nothing more. To be humble, to be kind, it is the giving of the peace that's in your mind. To a stranger, to a friend, to give in such a way that has no end. We are love. We are one. We are how we treat each other when the day is done. We are peace. We are war. We are how we treat each other and nothing more. Remember that you have a choice in how you treat others. You have a choice in how you will grow. Choose empathy, foster resilience, cultivate kindness. I want to wish you love, joy, and magic as you move into your new life as a Texas Lutheran alumnus. And when you walk across that stage, a chapter is closing and one is opening, and savor that ritual. Know that I, along with your professors, family, and friends, are incredibly proud of you. It's time now to go boldly out into the world and live to inspire. Thank you for allowing me to share these words with you. Pups up, and God bless each and every one of you. Thank you.
Julie, well done. Thank you for reminding us just how important it is to be aware and engaged in our society around us, and for making all TLU alumni proud of what you've done in Alzheimer's research. Thank you. So, my name is Andrew Traeger, and I have the privilege of representing all TLU and TLC alumni tonight as president of the Alumni Association Board of Directors. I have 3 minutes to welcome you to a new chapter of your lives. 3 minutes to convince you that 4 or 5 years ago, you made one of the best decisions of your life by coming to Texas Lutheran University. Frankly, it takes more time to make Easy Mac, so here we go. Freshman year, you were excited. A new adventure, away from home, new friends, roommates, parties, classes that weren't chosen by your high school guidance counselor, and no parents. And somehow, we all survived that. Sophomore year, the new may have worn off a bit, but you started fresh. You'd begun to establish what you'll come to see as lifelong friendships. You finally comprehended and appreciated time management, what classes you could handle, and frankly, at which times of day you could handle them, and which professors you thoroughly enjoyed spending hours with each week. Junior year was similar, except now you were fully invested. Classes were more difficult, more specific, and you may have started to feel a bit more like an adult. You fell into a routine, and maybe were starting to have that itch for freedom. And then in comes senior year. And while 3 years prior, you were excited for adventure, this one quickly made you reconsider that appeal to freedom. You became the rope in the tug-of-war of life, pulled by innocence and dragged by adulthood. You started to wonder if you really had to leave this place that you now call home, a place that has nurtured your intellect, your faith, and your ability to stay up late partying. I'm sorry, that was supposed to say studying. So you've shown that you can grow. And yet, here we are at the end of this journey. Have no fear, though. You may feel as if you're jumping off a cliff into the wild unknown of adulthood, and that you are. But the thing you've got going for you is this little sheet of paper up here, and all these people that are physically and metaphorically surrounding you, supporting you, holding you up, and cheering you on to success. TLU may be small, but our compassion and love for each of you is greater than the state of Texas. So class of 2018, welcome to the real world and to the TLU Alumni Association. You're following in footsteps of some of the greats. Well done. So tonight, I have the great honor of introducing you to some of our greatest alumni. So we offer a Distinguished Alumni Award, and the first of those is Julie Kutak, who I don't need to introduce because Dr. Dorsey did such a great job, but I'm going to present Julie with her medallion as our Distinguished Alumni.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Well done, Julie. Hadn't planned for hats and glasses, but we got it on. Perfect. Our next distinguished alumni is Jim Lindeman. So Jim certainly made for a name for himself, beginning with his time at Texas Lutheran College. He is the first recipient here to receive a Bachelor's of Business Administration. He continued his pursuit of education by acquiring an MBA from Baylor University. He's also an accomplished public accountant. This honoree is a United States Air Force Reserve veteran. In the private sector, he served in various financial positions with Tenneco Oil, such as Assistant Treasurer, Manager of Administration and Compliance, Treasurer, and Market Development Manager, to name a few. This has allowed him to work both domestically and internationally. Eventually, he called the town of Industry, Texas home, and relocated there to begin his new venture. Beginning as a director of a small rural bank, and then eventually becoming president, Industry Bankshares is currently a $4 billion company with over 20 locations in Central Texas, making it the third largest bank holding company in Texas. In his personal life, he is the father of 2 adult children. He and his wife, Ann, were founders of the Industry Historical Society, as well as participants in many other local organizations. And as he mentioned earlier, he met his wife, Ann, here at TLU freshman year. So he's also a proud member of the Industry West End Lions Club, the TLU Development Board, as well as has created multiple endowed scholarships for students to follow. Many of you are benefits of this and his commitment to community service and philanthropy. So for these reasons, the Alumni Association Board of Directors is excited to present Jim Lindeman, class of 1962, with the Distinguished Alumni Medallion. Thank you, Jim. Now, our final honoree, Bruce Sommer, has quite literally shot for the stars. Beginning his educational career with a BA in Business Management from Texas Lutheran University, Texas Lutheran College, and then pursuing a BS in Civil Engineering from Texas A&M University. He has used these degrees extensively at Lockheed Martin, where he has led various projects for NASA missions. And among the projects that he has been part of are the Space Shuttle, International Space Station, and the Orion program. The Orion spacecraft is part of NASA's deep space exploration mission. Through this work with Lockheed Martin and NASA, he was a recipient of the Rotary National Award for Space Achievement Stellar Award. He has also received the NASA Astronaut's Personal Award for Professional Achievement, the Silver Snoopy. Throughout his extensive professional career, he is also proud of his second full-time job as that of a parent to 3 teenage children. I believe all are present tonight, right? For these reasons, the Alumni Association Board of Directors is excited to present Bruce Sommer, class of 1989, with the Distinguished Alumni Medallion. Dr. Dorsey?
Well, I guess it's time. Will the Vice President for Academic Affairs please present the candidates for the degrees?
Will the candidates for the Master of Accountancy degree or the Master of Science degree please rise? Mr. President, those persons whose names appear on the program under the appropriate headings have satisfied the requirements of that degree during the academic year. And on behalf of the faculty, I recommend that each be granted this degree. Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Arts degree, the Bachelor of Business Administration degree, the Bachelor of Music degree, the Bachelor of Science degree, or the Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree please rise? Mr. President, those persons whose names appear on the program under the appropriate headings have satisfied the requirements for those degrees during the academic year. And on behalf of the faculty, I recommend that each be granted the appropriate degree.
Then, by the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents and the Articles of Incorporation and Bylaws of Texas Lutheran University, upon recommendation of the faculty and with the approbation of the Board of Regents, I confer the degree of Master of Accountancy, the degree of Master of Science, the degree of Bachelor of Arts, the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration, the degree of Bachelor of Music, the degree of Bachelor of Science, or the degree of Bachelor of Science in Nursing upon the students who have completed the requirements for their respective degrees with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. In testimony thereof, I will give to each a diploma and direct that they present themselves.
Professional photographs are being taken as the diplomas are received. However, you are welcome to take your own photographs. We only ask that you do not block the aisles as the graduates return to their seats. Those candidates will please present themselves as their names are called. For the Master of Accountancy, Audra Barr, summa cum laude. Holden Houston Bryant, cum laude. Elena Collier, magna cum laude. Chase Guy Dawkins, magna cum laude. Wade Roger Dillenbeck, cum laude. Adriana Nicole Green. Jordan Taylor Hensley, cum laude. Tyler Joseph Norman Howlett, magna cum laude. Austin Johnson, magna cum laude. Davin William Klein. Michaela Marie Lindenman.
No, I'm not. Thank you so much.
Victor Andres Menzaba Pizarro. Catherine Ann Martin, magna cum laude. Gerardo Martinez. Allison Ann McKee, summa cum laude. Jasmine May Montenegro, summa cum laude. Allison Denise Reininger, magna cum laude. Nicole Marie Snow, magna cum laude. Zachary Taylor Sullivan. Catherine Marie Vanacek, cum laude. Craig Zimmerhansel. Tanner Justin Zimmerhansel. For the Master of Science, James Robert Gibson, cum laude. Sharon Christine Modena Huffman. Colin Scott Nunley. Brittany Eliza Raup, cum laude. Jonathan Matthew Rico, magna cum laude. Hannah Beth Schmidt. Austin Hoff Speed, magna cum laude. Claudia Elizabeth Trevino, summa cum laude. Brooke Taylor Woods, magna cum laude. For the Bachelor of Arts, Haley Sarah Anderson. Susanna Lydia Anthony, magna cum laude. Yanzel Ashley Areola. Chloe McKenna Bingham, magna cum laude. Chelsea Blue McDonald Box, magna cum laude. Corey R. Brooks, cum laude. Brielle Brown, cum laude. Jonathan Brown. Kiana D. Burciaga. Jakayla Janae DeBera, summa cum laude. Madison Harley Dant. Michael Bennett Davis III, magna cum laude. Jonathan James Delgado. Brooke Catherine Ford, magna cum laude. Haley Nicole Garcia. Kelsey Renee Gomez. Caitlin Paige Gonzalez, cum laude. Mike Gonzalez, cum laude. Shelby Gross. Amanda LeJan Hansberg, cum laude. Whitney Gregory Helton. Kimberly Kalinowski, cum laude. Viviana Briate Klaas, magna cum laude. Marcus Lerma. Luke Lionberger, cum laude. Katie Elizabeth Nance, magna cum laude. Melissa Nelson. Christopher Jordan Patty. Kaylin Haley Perez. Sierra Luis Plintel, cum laude. James Russell. Cesar Salazar. Jamie Marie Sherba, magna cum laude. Mackenzie Ann Sells. Miranda May Taylor, summa cum laude. Jarrett Wayne Thompson. Matthew Joe Valadez. Sorry. Valadez. Zachary Alfred Velasquez, cum laude in absentia. Matthew Villarreal. Adelaide Wenzel. For the Bachelor of Business Administration, Hannah Mae Alfred. Jacob Almaguer. Lane Oliver Balfans. Wyatt Henry Blensinger. Ashley K. Brothers. Trey Edward Davia. Aspen Page Gunther. Tyler Janoda. Garrett James Losack. Justin Michael Thomas. Alexander Scott Tenzing. Nadanzia Jordy Waloli. For the Bachelor of Music, Lacey Ann Peschel, summa cum laude. For the Bachelor of Science, Kenneth Aaron Alexander Ball. Joni Baxley. Christine P. Benny. Madison Brandy Berger, magna cum laude. Samantha Bradley. Joshua Lewis Brighton. Alejandro Brasinio, cum laude. Shelby Vaughn Bush, summa cum laude. Rudolph Alexander Calderon. Jillian Brooke Chase, summa cum laude. David Matthew Ching. Victor David. Dylan Lane Durgach, cum laude. Kendall Ann Evans. Brianna Nicole Gabrielle. Jenny Caliana Orozco Garcia. Matthew Richard Gillette, cum laude. Nicole Christine Glazner. Hannah Marie Hearn. Jonathan James Hillman. Cabrin J. Hodgson. Grace Elizabeth Holling. Megan Lee Ingram, summa cum laude. Chelsea May Kahudik. Yareli Krause, summa cum laude. Matthew Lemon, magna cum laude. Brittany Rose Leone, cum laude. Jeremy Tyler Lerma, magna cum laude. Kyla Marie Lockley, summa cum laude. Sasha Ann McLennan, summa cum laude. Gianna Nicole Maldonado. Olivia Chase Marzullo, magna cum laude. Jana Michelle McGarity, summa cum laude. Allison Michelle McLean. Carly Miller. Ratana Bonita Moses. Johnny Martin Olivares. Brittany Rochelle Pollock, magna cum laude. Mathis Elsa Popolsky. Charles E. Ray III, summa cum laude. Maitland Riley Raycroft. Brittany Morgan Nicole Rowlett. Zachary L. Rowley. Jasmine Sakuda. Patricia Snow. Taylor Sorensen. Madison Leanne Stewart. Megan Elizabeth Sweeney, magna cum laude. David Vatuna. Selena Wickland, cum laude. For the Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Kimberly Adkins, cum laude. Francesca Michelle Andrade. Laura Ayers, magna cum laude. Sarah Nicole Baldridge, summa cum laude. Brandy R. Blair, cum laude. Elizabeth Aaron Bossi. Anne Alvina Catalina, cum laude. Eduardo Cerna, cum laude. Catherine Cowan Baldwin. Jeffrey A. Cox, cum laude in absentia. Michael G. Davis. Macy Midori Elliott. Ashlyn Ann Enlow. Clark Garrison Flynn. Audra D. Fryer. Kami Maylin Gooden, cum laude. Amy D. Hartman, summa cum laude. Holly Ann Janacek. Cassie Marie Kalina. Caitlin Janine Kappelman. Kendall Renee Kristenik, summa cum laude. Kaylin Brittany McKinney. Danielle Farr. Selena Plant, magna cum laude. Carady Elizabeth Presses. Jennifer Denise Rodriguez, cum laude. Daniqua Sanders. Carly Ashton Singer. Shaylee N. Stepler. Patricia Araceli Torres, magna cum laude. Lisette Villagomez. Deborah Lee West. and Carmen Alexandra Yarbrough. Ladies and gentlemen, the graduating class of May 2018.
Don't worry, I'm not going to sing. I know you're all eager to get on your way, but please allow me just a couple of minutes to say goodbye to the class of 2018, because we will miss you a lot. After we sung the alma mater, we're going to walk over to Sagaville Plaza and ring the victory bell. That bell's been warming up all week, chiming personal victories for true Bulldogs who've overcome a challenge, academic, financial, personal, to get here tonight. In a few minutes, the victory bell will toll 167 times for 167 personal victories. Way back at your class's matriculation ceremony 4 or 5 years ago, I welcomed you to TLU. It's doubtful you remember much of what I said that afternoon. But you learned anyway, because I predicted that the most important lesson you would learn is what you are capable of. And now you know the truth of that. You have surpassed your own expectations in the classroom, in the lab, on the field of competition, on stage, at national research conferences. You stepped out of your comfort zone to study in a foreign land and traveled to internships in Washington, D.C., Illinois, or even Fargo, North Dakota. You've accepted the responsibility of leadership as fraternity or sorority president, a team captain, SGA president, or a member of the NCAA Student Athlete Advisory Committee. You've gained the confidence that comes from achieving a personal best, and you are ready for whatever challenges life throws at you beginning next week. And the class of 2018 has overcome a lot of challenges. Like Megan, who with an injury that would have driven most players out of competitive tennis, learned to serve left-handed, completed 4 years of eligibility, and was voted TLU's Outstanding Female Scholar Athlete. Or Corey, who overcame numerous physical challenges to earn his degree and was a daily reminder to all of us of our motto, live to inspire. Or Kimberly, who earned her degree while holding down a full-time job as the Langner academic assistant. Or Mike Gonzalez, the first in his family to earn a degree after serving 22 years in the U.S. Army, including 4 deployments in war zones. Thank you for your service, Mike. "15 of the class of 2018 overcame intermediate microeconomics taught by a professor who was frequently distracted by his other job as president of TLU. And many of the class of 2018 stayed on track to graduation despite the havoc Hurricane Harvey brought to your families. Michelle and I have gotten a chance to visit with many of you these recent days. We have heard inspiring stories of overcoming long odds, not just to graduate, but to excel. And we want you to know how proud we are of all of you. Now, it's also true that most of the class of 2018 was part of the smallest freshman class we've ever had in the fall of 2014. It would perhaps be an overstatement to say that the green eye shades in Beck Hall have been looking forward to your graduation for 4 years. But it is true that our business office is celebrating tonight's commencement just a bit more than usual, knowing you'll be replaced by a much larger incoming class of 2022. But while the class of 2018 is smaller in numbers, it left an outsized mark on the campus. 66 of you, or over 40%, are graduating with honors, including 8 who earned a perfect 4.0 GPA. Yeah, that's worth some applause. 70 of you, almost half the class, was initiated into academic honor societies in their discipline, including Audra, who was qualified for 6. That's got to be an all-time record. Not sure how you do that. 31 of you earned master's degrees tonight, our largest graduate class, including 9 who are the first to receive the master's in data analytics. 25 of you are headed to graduate or professional school, off to UT, Emory, Illinois, Ohio State, the Ohio State University, pursuing PhDs in chemistry, U of H Dental School, acting school in London, and I'm pleased that we finally got a student going on to graduate school in economics. Thanks, Julian. TLU experience is about much more than going to class and making grades. This year, more than half of the class participated in undergraduate research, directed by a faculty member, presented their work at the Student Academic Symposium. Bibi and Megan and Miranda each presented their research papers at the National Alpha Chi Convention in Portland. Our graduating Bulldogs won 20 conference championships, including softball, baseball, and men's track and field this spring. For the second year in a row, 8 of those were compiled by Bulldog softball. Now, these past 4 years, softball seniors have had to miss their commencement because they were away at the NCAA Regional Championship. But this year, the Bulldogs earned the right to host, which means that Brooke and Kami and Jordan and Kyla and Maitland and Nicole were able to graduate with their peers tonight. They've had a heck of a day. Let's go get them tomorrow. Let's give them a big hand. Go Bulldogs. We'll finish the job tomorrow. 49 of you received senior watches for completing all 4 years of eligibility. 52 of the class were initiated into TLU's inaugural class of the National Society of Leadership and Success. You made all of us proud of your talents at PRISM's programs, Christmas Vespers, Morning Strings, countless recitals and concerts, and the inaugural performance at our new studio theater. 10 of you were part of the TLU choir that so touched us at Rick Roberts Memorial and brought healing to the Sutherland Springs congregation on the spring choir tour. You saw a lot of change at TLU. Your freshman homecoming was the first to be held at Bulldog Stadium. You saw the Weston Center go up and Emma Fry go down. And you had fun. Spring flings, polar swims, family physics night, the homecoming bonfire, cram jams, karaoke night, Winterfest, the dive-in movie, and a lot of unofficial events that I've only heard rumors about. Thankfully, nothing has shown up on YouTube yet. We will not easily replace the leadership of this class. Lacey in band and orchestra, David in soccer, Jaquela in Black Student Union, Dylan in Black and Gold, Selena in the Student Athletic Committee, Matt in men's basketball, and dozens more of you that I could go on and name in over 100 TLU organizations. TLU also will be challenged to replace the leadership of 5 faculty or administrators who are graduating with you tonight, and I think we ought to recognize them. This is their final commencement, and they've delivered years of service to TLU students. Please help me recognize them. Not all of them are here tonight, but let's thank Dr. Bill Davis, Dr. Leroy Davis, Dr. Kathy Duddle, Professor T. Paul Rodriguez, Professor Melanie Thompson. Okay, it's getting dark. Now you can go. Your diploma is signed, and I have conferred upon you your degree by the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents and the bylaws of TLU, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Translation, your degree will benefit you greatly personally, but we also expect you to apply your talents in service and that you will conduct yourself in a way that brings great credit to your alma mater. We wish you a life that is mainly successful, but not completely. We've prepared you for lifelong learning, and nothing teaches like overcoming failure. When that happens, remember you are a bulldog. Be proud of that. Let's go ring the bell.
Oh, stay in college of the plain, the memories we've gathered here of chiming bell and chapel spire will live through each advancing year. Beloved TLU, to thee we pledge our love and loyalty. Hail to our alma mater fair, the truth of Christ shall make us free.
Please join me in our closing prayer. Gracious God, we thank you for this beautiful day and for the safe travels of all the families and friends that are here today to witness this momentous occasion in our lives. As we reflect on the time spent here, we thank you for the opportunities and experiences you've granted us and the friendships we've developed. Thank you for the faculty and staff here at TLU that have made a lasting impact on each of our lives, both in the classroom and out of it. Most importantly, we thank you for having put us in each other's lives these past 4 years to help each other grow. We ask for your guidance for the challenges that lie ahead and your discernment to know where you are calling us. Give us the courage to walk confidently forward into whatever journey tomorrow may bring. As we go forward, we pray that the decisions we make would show your love and presence to the world. In your holy name we pray. Amen.
And now may the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord's face shine on you and be gracious to you. May the Lord look upon you with favor and give you peace. Amen.
Thank you.